Welcome to another episode of SportsCode and Chat. So, at least as of when I'm recording this today, SportsCode released their new chart button, which is really cool. Been playing around with it for a little bit, just trying to figure out the scripting language and how it works. So far I've got this pie chart that records the different types of shot types. So I've got catch and shoot, off the dribble, drive, post up, and other as my shot types, and that changes depending on what team you have pressed down. I was having some problems earlier showing the video when I click. I think that might just be user error. It was working earlier, and I'm pretty sure my scripting is correct. It works sometimes, it doesn't work other times, so I'm not really sure what's up there, but well, yeah, it might just be user error. Oh, see, like for some reason it shows up then, but if I click it again, that doesn't show up, so figure out what's going on there. But other than that, I'm going to make another one. So this is my shot type graph. I'm going to make another one for my shot location. Now, I only just started playing with this, so I don't know how to use it like super well. I still might be missing things. Like I don't even know if you can align graphs yet. You can align graphs. I think you can also like make them bigger if you want. So if I click this, I think I can make it. Oh, I can make it just ginormous. Yeah, I can, but all my names are suddenly just randomly all over the place. So I know there's a lot of I know that they've only just released this update, so I'm sure they'll make it better as it goes along. But I'm just kind of curious about how everything works. Just to make sure they're the same size, I'm just going to copy this over again. Now I'm going to make this shot location. Get a different button ID. I don't know what the button IDs are for yet in these charts. I've just been giving them button IDs anyway, but I don't entirely know what they're for yet, or like what you can reference it for. So here's my scripting, at least for the shot type. I'm just going to, change it. So I've basically just identified my team names over here, added the offense and defense per the timeline down here, and then added the word, then had that as like the subject of each one of these variables. For shot location, I don't necessarily want like 12 different shot locations for my pie chart, because you can really clutter these pie graphs really quickly. So I might just have like 3-point shots, mid-range, and then say like the paint. So I might just have like 3 different types. So saying that, I'll get rid of these 3. And I'll add my labels. So we'll go with, actually that's going to annoy me if that says type. So I'm going to change that to, you might hear a random noise in the background. That's my, well, I've got 2 dogs here at the moment. That's one of the 2 dogs making a racket. Left wing. So this is going to be like my it's going to be my like 3-point range slice, you could say, I guess, of the pie graph. That's going to be my 3-point shots. That's going to be my mid-range. So for my mid-range, I'm going to go left post, left elbow, right post, right elbow, and then middle 2. All these shot locations are based off like what I've coded for. I can see those in the matrix if I really want to check the names of these things. Where are they? There they are. There are my shot types. Sorry, shot locations. So that's what I'm referencing. So I've got all my mid-range ones, and then for my last one, I'm just going to add, it's going to be rim and then paint. Oh, might delete that. Now the second part of the scripting is where actually, this is the chart specific scripting. So you put chart, obviously identifying the chart. Then you count whatever variable that you just identified up here. You then put the name of the particular thing you want to show. So this doesn't exactly have to match up with what's up here. So I'm just going to put this like perimeter. Then you put the color of what you want the slice to be. I want to find a way that you can reference, well, you can reference these, but it's going to be hard where you can like change the color depending on what toggle you have put down. I'm sure there's a way, but I haven't exactly explored that yet. And then this last part here is the movie you want. I've just got my little example here. This is what's on the Huddle website, so I just copy and pasted that into a button over here so I can reference it every now and then. But I've got it down pretty well so far, except for the video is not always showing, which I haven't figured out whether that's just I need to reset SportsCode or that's just something with my scripting that I need to fix. So mid-range, and then I guess we'll put let's go to paint. So that's basically the scripting done. So now technically when I select my two, oh, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I did not change this to location. Easy fix. Better to get the error message and know exactly what it is straight away. Now we should go execute, and there we go. So paint, mid-range perimeter, and then it'll change with the other team. So like immediately you can see the correlation. The Nuggets have a high amount of catch and shoot and a much larger slice in the perimeter, so obviously they're taking a lot more three-point shots, especially just catch and shoot three-point shots, whereas the Rams, there's a lot more focus on the paint. That's where you're seeing drives and post-ups, as well as things like other, which are cuts and breakaways and putbacks. So they're focused more on two-point range, whereas the Nuggets are focused more on three-point range. So you do see a little bit of a correlation between the two graphs. Now you can mess with the visuals a little bit. You can make the distance from center, so I might change that to 45. You can also make it a donut graph if you want to by changing the inner circle, but I'm just going to leave it as a pie graph. Make this 45 as well. I think I might make these bigger, or at least remove I might remove the names of the graphs because they're just kind of clogging up this mid-range and off the dribble part here, so I might just get rid of those. Don't know why it didn't let me do that. As I said, I'm pretty sure like they're going to make fixes to this, a lot of this stuff. Not saying that I'm like correct, but I think some of it is like still in progress. Like, why is my drive thing here, but like other is all the way outside the graph? Things like that, I don't know why that is. Whereas these are all evenly spaced, these are not all evenly spaced. Things like that, I don't really know why that happens, but so there's little things like that I'm not entirely sure why they are. I can also make the value if I want, value and percentage. I've just gone with just percentage only. Especially if you had like a large sample size, you just want percentage because otherwise you're just going to have a silly amount of numbers. I've also aligned these a couple of times, but they didn't seem aligned when I double clicked them, but they're aligned. What other thing could I graph? So I've got my shots now. I've got my shot location and my shot type. What else could I graph here? So what sort of bar graph could I have? I could have average length of positions per quarter. We could try that. Because when you've got your charts, you've got multiple different types of charts. Stacked bar, column, stacked column, and then pie. I don't necessarily know what, I guess the column graph is basically just a bar chart but vertical. So we'll do a bar chart. Let's go av. What am I doing? I want to do average length of like scoring position. Let's just do what I want to do is I want to do like for how long is a made 2 position compared to how long is a made 3 position. So let's just do time of result. Chart 03. I'm just going to copy the first part of the scripting here. Now, let's try and figure out what we're going to do here. So we'll go result by 1 equals. See, for these ones here, you've got like, you put count here, so you don't actually put length, whereas here, like, I don't think you're supposed to put the thing that you're trying to measure up here. You're not counting like count or length or anything like that. I think that comes down here. But I'm not entirely sure, so let's test it out. Let's go label made 2, where row equals team. Let's copy this down. Made 3, missed 2, missed 3. So I've got all my variables here. I'm just going to copy these ones so I don't have to type it out again. So I'm going to put length. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work or not, so I will not. This is not a tutorial, hence why it's a sports code and chat instead of anything else. It's going to put made 2, stick with the butter color, and then we'll go result 1. There's nothing on the tutorials, at least that I saw online, about whether this is something that can work. So let's go result 3 and 4. So, well, I mean, I want to get rid of these axis names. They're annoying. And I'll deal with all the funky stuff later, but let's just, well, do I even have colors? They're all the same color, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. Let's see what happens. So I've got, I guess, I don't know what it's measuring here. I guess it's measuring the total length instead of the, it's not like breaking it down per position. It's just measuring the total length of the positions. But hey, that's something. That's something. We can work with that. So now we've basically got to divide it by how many positions there are. So I guess length how would you do that? How would you divide it by the number of positions, especially in this format? Because this format is so new that I don't necessarily know how it works. If I just put count instances where row equals team. Well, no, because it's got to be per made 2. I'm just trying to think. How could I make this so it's like divided by? So you can't put like length and then divide by. You've got to essentially calculate the thing beforehand. I've got to reference one of my other windows. How do I do it? How do I count minutes? But I'm counting the total minutes here, so I don't think that's going to help me. probably a really simple solution to this that you know watching this, and you're probably just like screaming it at me. Because you can't divide something that's not a number. Can you divide it down here? You can, maybe. Count, count, count. So let's see what happens when we do this. That makes more sense. Now we've broken this down, I assume into seconds. So it's like a 15 seconds for a missed 3. I'm assuming. It's kind of hard to break down whether these are, how long these clips are. So it basically gives you the whole thing. Again, like the videos work for these ones. So don't know why the videos work for these ones, but they don't always work for these ones over here. They work for these ones. So, well, kind of, sometimes. I also don't like how it's got like 50 and 100, and then as soon as you press like rams, it changes to 10 and 20. Like, shouldn't you just, but then as soon as you go like, I'm quitting out of it, it goes back to 50 and 100. Not a huge fan of that, but you can't really do much about it. So I'm going to change these colors to my very creative color scheme. Basically just counting things in tens and different types of grays, but again, I haven't really messed around with the colors. I'm sure you can kind of mess around with the colors and maybe the opacities a little bit, but I haven't really got into that. So I'm trying to figure out whether I should put a label here or not, but I'm pretty sure I should. Well, hang on, let me just check something. If I go rams, made to is 10 seconds. Okay, let's take away this, see what happens. Oh, now I don't have anything. Oh, I put array. Sorry, I put the wrong button. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's go count. I need to get rid of label. Label. Still 10 seconds. 15, 14, 12. See if these are the same. 15, 14, 12. Yeah, so they're still saying the same length. So I might just get rid of that. Well, now that I've done that, I can go here, go into the inspector. I can change all of these and make it what I make everything, which is Helvetica Light. I might just keep the value only. I don't need the percentage. Change the gap between bars. So change the alignment. Don't care for that. So I don't like the this random time of result. Also, I don't like how it doesn't say seconds under it. I wish, or seconds instead of just says 14. Let me just go back to my thing here, my output window. Just check my minutes script again. I don't know if I can put timer 2, where it'll give me like the seconds, but I doubt it. Let's see. Let's go timer 2 bracket length. Boop. That'll not like that. Yep, didn't like that for whatever reason. Even if I go 0, no, didn't like that at all. Again, still might be possible, I'm just doing it wrong, but at least from what my initial impression says, I can't do that. So I get video for this one. Oh, no, yes, video, no video, no video, video. Like, why do I get video sometimes, but I don't get video other times? That's also what's annoying me, so can't really see any difference that I'm making, but I think I'll leave the video there. I appreciate you guys watching. If you've got any questions about these graphs, or have you guys done anything cool on them, send me an email with what you've done if you have, if you're willing to share. If not, appreciate you watching and have a good day.